Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got for you some super cute rainbow pride nails. I've even got a stiletto, little rainbow sugar glitter nail in the mix for you. I will be doing this set today on my practice hand, and I will be prepping the nail just with a sanding band, but I'm going to be using this little beginner friendly nail drill by BabeNail, which of course will be linked down in the description box below, as well as any products that I used in the video today. And I do want to remind you guys to please hit subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you never miss out when I upload a new video. I do want to thank BabeNail for sending this little beginner-friendly drill to me to review for you guys. It comes with the very slim hand piece. You've got a dust brush, of course, the diamond bits that come with almost every drill. I didn't open them because I have so many sets. And then you get a bunch of sanding bands as well, which I absolutely love because they are necessity. It is a friction fit where you put the bit in, so you just push it in and you'll be good to go. It does go up to 25,000 RPMs, and it has forward and reverse mode as well, so if you're left or right-handed doing your own nails or someone else's, you'll be able to use it whichever way. So to give this ring finger the stiletto shape that I wanted, I am using my straight edge scissors just to cut off the edges and cut down on my hand filing. Then I'm going to use my hand file just to clean up that shape a little bit more. Then I will turn the hand around and make sure all the fingers are pointed straight so that I can make sure that tip is right in the center and facing forward straight. I'm only going to show you the prep on this one nail because I'm just going to use my sanding band on the lowest setting with this drill and buff over the nail to remove any shine. If this was on a client or on myself, I would prep differently, and I will have a video linked in the iCards for you guys to show how I prep nails on a real person. Then I'm just going to apply primer onto the nails as well before we get started. And I did make sure to remove the dust and clean the nails with alcohol before going in with my primer. Once I've got that primer all applied, I'm just going to use a base gel and coat the nails with that. Then I will cure it for 60 seconds before going into my next step. So I'm going to be using a white gel on the nails today, but I wanted to show you guys how I mix up my gel polishes. You don't want to just shake it like a regular polish, as it can create some air bubbles. So what I do is I put the bottle between my hands and I kind of roll it back and forth between my hands, upside down and then right side up. That helps mix up the pigment so that there's no separation or clumpiness. Then I'm going to coat the nails, and I will be coating everything twice. I will go ahead and apply my first layer, cure it for 60 seconds, and then I will go in for my second layer. However, when I go in for my second layer, I'm going to apply it nail by nail rather than just coating all of the nails with a second layer. That is because I'm going to be using these pure pigments to create my ombre, and we need the sticky inhibition layer from the gel polish for those pigments to stick to. If I was to coat all of them twice all together and then go in with the pigments on this first nail, it kind of gets on the other nails as well, and then when you remove it, it removes that inhibition layer. So I prefer to just take it one nail at a time with the second coat. So once I've got this second coat applied, I cure it for 30 seconds this time because we want it to remain tacky. And now I'm going to just use a cheap makeup sponge. I just get them at the dollar store, and I'm going to dip directly into these pure pigments. And I'm starting with my, it's supposed to be red to orange, but I didn't have the red in this set, so I just did pink to orange. So I press the pink onto one side and the orange onto the other, and then I move closer and closer to the middle of the nail. Now, once I get close to the middle of the nail, instead of kind of dabbing, I'll start swiping more. It will help it to blend together better. And then once I have that blended the best that I can get it, the first layer is kind of hard to get it to blend. So what I do is I go in with a base gel again, then I cure that, and then I go in with a second layer of the pigments. We needed the white background rather than just using base gel the first time so that we get the vibrancy and intensity of these pure pigments. But since that vibrancy is already there, it's perfectly okay to go in with a very thin coat of base gel and go in for that second layer, which will allow for a better blend and a better ombre effect. Also, when you go in with the first layer on top of the gel polish, the powder kind of gets rid of that inhibition layer from the gel polish much quicker. And when you're using a base gel like this, you do need to use more pigment to get rid of that stickiness and get it to blend in the proper way. I hope that makes sense. But before moving into my next nail, I'm just going to top coat this real quick because I do want to cleanse off the next nail and make sure it's clean before I go in with my second layer of gel. And I don't want to ruin the design I just laid down, so I top coat it first. So I'm just going to explain a little bit more. When you're using the second layer of powder and pressing it into the inhibition layer from the base coat has a much thicker inhibition layer than the gel polish. So it takes more pigment to cover that layer, and it's important to cover the layer because if it doesn't have enough of that pigment to cover it, it remains a little bit tacky and it just doesn't blend into that ombre center meat join area as well as it does when it's just the gel polish. So when I go in with that second layer, you'll see I'm going to be using a lot more powder than I do on this first layer, and it's because of that thicker inhibition layer. You'll basically know when you've applied enough because you'll almost see a bit of a shine when you're putting the powder onto that base gel. And then when you apply more, it'll go matte. It will be very powdery looking. That's when you start rubbing your sponge back and forth up and down the center to get that blend perfected. If you start rubbing before you get that before you get that powdery effect, it won't blend, it will just become patchy. I actually had that happen on this nail. I had not applied enough powder down, so it was still a little bit tacky on the second layer. And when I went in to rub, it created patchiness and unevenness rather than blending seamlessly. So I ended up going in with a third layer, which is totally okay. Just make sure that you're keeping your base gel super, super thin. Otherwise, you're going to bulk up the nail and it's not going to be what you need it to be. But I hope you can see here that it is a bit patchy where the yellow joins up with the green, and that again was because I had not laid down enough of that pigment powder at that point. So just make sure you have that nice matte powdery look before going in and blending with your sponge, and you'll get a really beautiful seamless blend. So I will let you guys watch while I do the next few nails, and I will be back when it's time to apply the glitter rainbow on the ring finger.
Got me thinking about you, and I'm thinking about all the things that we used to do. Thoughts are coming in a wave, so I'll say it to your face. Better only tell the truth. Yeah, I'm trusting you. Every time you come around, make me think you my dude. Think I know you either way. Yeah, I know you want me stay. Yeah, so are you down to ride with a bitch like me? Will you come around with a bitch like me? Told you don't play around with a bitch like me, cause I've been around and you've been around. Cause I'ma keep it right for you, baby. I'ma do whatever that you say, yeah. Just don't fuck up my swagger that I have, yeah. Cause I've been around and you've been around, yeah. Cause I'm not the girl that you used to, making me smile, you're that dude. I send me out cause we're so cool. Yeah, we're so cool. Not the girl that you used to, making me smile, you're that dude. I send me out cause we're so cool. Yeah, we're so cool. You ask me how it's going. You act like you don't know it. You stalk me on the low key, I like it. You showing up, you showing. Can't say it, don't get lonely. Boys that come and go, babe. I'm always on the go, babe. No way to control me. Are you down?
So after applying the top coat and curing that for 60 seconds, I clean the nails off once again. And now I'm going to be using a builder in a bottle. This is a much thicker viscosity of a gel. If you had like a hard gel, it would work, but I wanted to create some dimension on the nail for me to pour my glitter onto. It's almost the same type of technique as when you're creating a unicorn horn. I just wanted it to have a lot of dimension so that it gave that really raised rainbow effect. And then once I sprinkle the glitter on, I cure it before dusting it off and going in with my next color of glitter. Also, while doing this, you will notice I'm using a very long striping brush to apply my builder in a bottle. That is because when you have those longer bristles, they hold on to much more product and allow it to flow out of the brush. If I went in with a shorter brush, you can absolutely do that, but you will need to dip back and forth between your gel and onto the nail and things like that. So having a longer striping brush really just allows for me to build up that dimension that I'm looking for in a much quicker, easier process.
Got a problem, no one made me want to change. Then that was you, it feels so new. I just wanna get this right. No, I'm not a all-nighter. Nothing ever seems to last. Baby, now that I got it, I'll be better with you.
So I've got a couple colors left. We've got the green, then the blue, then the purple, and we will be done. Everything's been top coated, so once that's done, like, you're good to go. You can definitely top coat over this if you'd like, but I wanted it to have that sugar effect, so I left it after giving it that final cure. But that is basically it, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. I definitely want to know, what is your favorite part of this set? Is it the rainbow nails, like the ombre? Is it the raised glitter effect? I want to know what you guys think. And are you guys doing anything for Pride? I was planning on attending the parade here this year, but there was no parade because of the virus. So unfortunately it got canceled, but there's always next year, right? But yeah, let me know where you guys are at and what you would be doing if you could be doing it. And of course, if you guys have any questions, suggestions, or requests for different sets, let me know down below. I love to hear from you guys. Be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye!